The background of the contract negotiations between WestJet pilots and the airline, which started in September 2022 and reached an impasse over issues like wages and scheduling. WestJet pilots are represented by the Airline Pilots Association, ALPA, the largest airline pilot union in the world. In September 2022, the WestJet Master Executive Council, MEC, of ALPA announced its intention to open contract negotiations with WestJet management on the pilot group's second collective agreement. The first contract was ratified in 2018 after a tense standoff that saw the pilots threaten to strike. The negotiations were expected to be challenging, as the pilots sought to recover from the devastating impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, which forced them to take pay cuts and furloughs. According to ALPA, some pilots faced a nearly 70% reduction in pay, while close to half of WestJet's pilots were furloughed. The pilots also wanted to secure job security, career progression, and stability for themselves and the airline. However, after months of bargaining in good faith, the talks stalled over several key issues, such as wages, scheduling, fatigue management, and pilot attrition. The pilots accused WestJet management of failing to recognize their professionalism and contributions to the success of the airline. They also claimed that WestJet was suffering from major pilot attraction and retention issues, as many pilots left the company to seek better opportunities elsewhere. In February 2023, the WestJet MEC filed a request for assistance with the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, hoping that a federal conciliation officer would help them reach a satisfactory agreement with WestJet management. The conciliation process allows the pilot group to seek the government's assistance to resolve their disputes with the employer. The conciliation process lasted for several weeks, but did not result in a breakthrough. The pilots and the management remained at an impasse over their differences. As the deadline for a strike or lockout approached, both sides intensified their efforts to find a solution. The pilots expressed their willingness to compromise on some issues, but also maintained their resolve to stand up for their rights and interests. The management also showed some flexibility, but insisted on maintaining its competitiveness and profitability in a challenging market. Finally, after a marathon session of negotiations that lasted for more than 24 hours, the pilots and the management reached a tentative agreement on March 31, 2023. The agreement was hailed as a fair and balanced deal that addressed the concerns of both parties. The agreement included improvements in wages, scheduling, fatigue management, and career progression. It also provided job security and stability for the pilots and the airline. The tentative agreement was subject to ratification by the WestJet pilots. The ratification vote took place between April 1 and April 15, 2023. The majority of the pilots voted in favor of the agreement, ending a long and difficult negotiation process that lasted for more than 6 months. The new contract came into effect on April 16, 2023, and will expire on March 31, 2026. The new contract marked a significant milestone for WestJet pilots and the airline. It demonstrated their ability to overcome their differences and reach a mutually beneficial outcome. It also reflected their commitment to work together to ensure the future success and growth of WestJet.